NBA Straya, how are you going here? You're right, you should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, basically it's Friday. It might be Thursday, but that means it's Friday and we should all just give up. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios, and Austin Reaves is him. Trade Luka, trade LeBron, build around Austin Reaves. What are you doing, Lakers? The pathway is clear. I'm going to talk about that later. But we're going to do the Week 2 power rankings. So you might see the little videos popping out from NBA Straya this season. We'll do the power rankings each week around Wednesday, Thursday. And then these shows, I reckon, will basically just be a really good spot to talk about all 30 teams a little bit more in depth on the actual show rather than in like a 1 minute 30 video. So where I'm just trying to be funny a little bit. So anyway, it's a good one. We've got a big Halloween weekend ahead. I've got a massive Oasis weekend ahead down here in Melbourne. Oh boy, feeling supersonic. I don't think I'll be drinking any gin and tonics, but I will be drinking some tins and watching some basketball. So we're going to wrap up today's games. We've got some awards to give out. That's not a knife, old mate, no mate, Spud of the night, better than Lonzo Ball. We've got a couple of quick yeah-nahs. We'll do the power rankings as the unpopular opinion of the day because some people have some problems with them, according to the internet. Hashtag deal with it. And then we'll do a quick Outback Takehouse. There's an Andrew Gaze Grand MAMBA Award and a KIWI Korner. And then we'll pick and preview all the games for Friday. But no real picks or previews for the Saturday, Sunday. That'll be in tomorrow's little YouTube bit. So there we go. Let's get into it. Episode 1313. That's right. 1313. Let's go.
The worst of days.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Darcy Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya. You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the Shaq attack.
You better watch out for the attack of Brandon Williams if you're both, I don't know, the cops, because he got arrested last weekend and was a bit of a distraction. But also, he got them by Indy today, which is kind of gnarly. You better watch out for the AD injury attack if you're Nico Harrison as well, because we'll get to this, but I don't know, the phrase, I told you so, is being thrown out there a little bit. So let's start today's show the way we start every show, with a daily... Oh, is it a whip around as a gym? Yes, it's a whip around. That's right, Anthony Davis. He left the game today injured, grabbing his foot. Bit of amazingly enough, it was Achilles tendinopathy, which is what he's been dealing with. Which is also, amazingly enough, as a high-profile athlete myself, what I've been dealing with. I've been rehabbing that since, May? I think I heard it back in March, but by the time I actually started, physio and all that sort of stuff. But, mine's getting better. But again, high-performance athlete over here. Anthony Davis in his, athletic prime, goes off, doesn't come back. That's a worry if you're the Mavs. Oh, geez, it's already started. Who could have seen this coming except, I don't know, everybody? Nico Harrison, he's going to pop up again later. Trae Young also left his game today against the Brooklyn Nets, injured after Mo Gay fell into his knee. There's, I don't know, a little bit of concern. Apparently, Trae did want to sort of return. He didn't want to go out. They were just being very, very careful with him, which is good, I guess. But they've still got to do a proper MRI. So it's a knee sprain at the moment. Apparently, no problems with his ACL. So basically, Quinn Snow's like, yep, it wasn't an ACL. He's going to get another MRI tonight or tomorrow, and we'll figure it out from there. So knee sprain for the minute. It looked pretty rough, but just one of those annoying contact ones, and you're like, oh, that sucks. But, of the actual outcomes between he's fucked an ACL or he's 100% okay, this is a goodish kind of outcome that hopefully it's not too bad. But AD and Trae Young go down. That is brutal. The other little bits and bobs of news over the last, 48 hours. If you didn't watch yesterday's YouTube, that's where we're doing sort of the little in-between days. Because this is the big show. We're going to do power rankings and stuff like that. each of the big 3 shows each week now, I'll try to just give them like a thing that we base shit around, right? And sort of fly through our game reps, etc. But on the days that we're not doing the big shows, we'll have a little thing on YouTube. We'll wrap up all the day and give out the awards, etc. and check into what the Aussies did. So make sure you go check that out. But, I mean, in the interceding day or two, there was the news about like Terry Rozier having a lien against his house by the IRS. Not great. Phil Jackson dragged Melo over the coals for basically just fucking up the Knicks. Which anyone with half a brain basically figured out. It's like, hey, geez, why were the Knicks good every time Melo wasn't there? Like, you know, the Amari MVP season, they trade for Melo, it goes all fucking sideways. Linsanity, no Melo, comes back, fucks that. You know, just amazing stuff. Is it because Melo was shit and is like one of the most wildly overrated players in the NBA the last 30 years? Yes! There's a bit of an Outback Takehouse for you. Amazing scorer, shit basketball player, if that makes sense, right? Basically, everything would stop with him. It was fucked. And don't let everyone, like, you know, the rose-colored glove, oh, the Melo era was so... No, it wasn't. Never won shit. Anyway, I mentioned Brandon Williams got arrested the other day. He had like less than 2 grams of weed on him when he went through the airport. At some point, we're going to go, oh, well, less than 2 grams, you're not trafficking drugs. Right? With it, so like weed being legal in so many places, like come the fuck on. What are we doing here? And the other little bit I wanted to say is that it came out as well, I think earlier today, that Terry Rozier and Chauncey Bet the House Billups aren't going to get paid while they're on leave, which is a bit of a kick in the dick. But also what you fucking get when you're involved in illegal gambling, you idiots. So, sucked in. Right, let's do some game wraps from today. Had some really fun ones. Let's do it. Game wraps. Game wraps. We had Houston get a big win up in Toronto. KD was fantastic. Jabari Smith was unreal. They fucking killed him on the boards. That was 139, 121. Toronto just can't rebound. It was fucking abysmal. They had 22 rebounds total. The Rockets had 53. I mentioned this in the preview the other day. Their size is a fucking problem, but Toronto's got a bit of size too. So I don't know what happened there. I was watching this just going, what the hell, man? And I guess without Teenage Mutant Jakob Poeltl, they just got bloody cooked. Yeah, anyway, good job by Houston. Back up to 2-2 now. Raptors dropped to 1-4. I feel like an idiot because the Magic looked like shit today as well. I'll just talk about that now, right? 116, 135. They got shit pumped by Detroit. They were leading this game. Paolo was awesome, and then Detroit absolutely fucked them up in the second half. Cade was going off his head. They dropped 70 on them in the second half, and Orlando's defense is a mess. The offense doesn't know how to really work around Bane. Paolo's been wildly, inefficient, but, the big problem for me with Paolo today, he missed 7 free throws. It was fucking weird. But this sort of Suggs has not been good. Defensively, he's been okay, but his offense has completely fallen off a cliff. And they're now 1-4. So both Toronto and Orlando, 2 teams that I expected a lot from heading into this season, they've both been shit. So I'm going to talk about them in the power rankings. Detroit, though, that was a really good win. Cade was absolutely everywhere. I'm going to talk about him again later. But Jalen Duren had 21 and 12. You got 23 from the never new Tobias Harris. That was a really good win for the Pistons. Awesome uniform matchup as well. It looked amazingly like 90s. You had the sick old Detroit ones, the sick old Orlando ones. Loved it. Cleveland got fucking killed by the Celtics.
So he got straight killed.
What the hell, Cleveland? They would dominate. This was a 3-point shootout early. It was pretty gnarly, right? Everyone's dropping bombs. Sam Hauser hit 5 threes off the bench in the first quarter alone. I think the Cavs hit 9 straight threes at one point. But then the Celtics remembered, we need to keep scoring, and the Cavs just did not score. Donnie Mitchell hit 5 threes in the first half and did not hit another fucking shot all game. It was a train wreck of a game from the Cavs. Cleveland. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. But I'm also angry. What the fuck? 3-2. Boston now 2-3. Great game from them. This is what happens. They hit 21 threes out of 57 attempts. That's how they're just going to win games, right? They're going to have Simons hit 4. Hauser hit 7. They got 4 makes from Jaylen Brown. Derek White, he's been off his feet all year. He went 3 of 12. Even Peyton Pritchard didn't hit his threes, but he had 10 assists. So that was a really good game from Boston. They've now won 2 on the trot after losing their first 3. They're 2-3. Good job there. Atlanta ran over the top of Brooklyn, was smashing them early. Brooklyn sort of slowly reeled them back in as Cam Thomas remembered how to play basketball, but losing Trae Young is obviously a bit of a weird hiccup. Dyson Daniels is pretty solid as the sort of backup, give me the ball, I'll make some plays. He ended up with 6 assists. But Nicky Alexander-Walker stepped up pretty nicely as well, and this is why you get Nicky Alexander-Walker. He had 18, 3 and 3. Luke Kennard, the Duckman, hit 4 threes. Brooklyn are just horrible. I'll talk about them in the power rankings, but it's abysmal. 19 for Cam Thomas on 20 shots. 32 for Michael Porter Jr. with 9 rebounds. Not bad. Claxton 18 and 10, but geez. Oh, I will break this down in the power rankings, but I'll tell you what, that rookie class, fuck me dead. Good win for Atlanta. Should have been by a lot more. Brooklyn covered that one. 117-112. Good job. Sacramento, Chicago, the John Salmons Bowl. If you didn't watch the morning video that I post every day, NBA Coffee Run, I was like, this is going to be awesome. John Salmons Bowl. And then Josh Giddey, giddy up, went absolutely fucking ham. Took over this game. Carved them up. It was awesome. It's like the Bulls are now 4-0. And like, you've got to be fucking, wait a minute, giddy if you're a Bulls fan. They've looked so fucking fun. It's crazy. The Kings, they're shithouse. They're 1-4. The Souvlaki King, Rusty, Levine, then he should I am German Rondo. Like, that team is just such a fucking dog's breakfast. It's not a giant surprise. That's why I went so far under. Dallas got by Indy in a crazy game, right? So they lose AD pretty early. Pacers have got no one, right? Naismith can't hit a shot. Ben Shepherd can't hit a shot. Siakam's doing a good job, 27 and 13. Jarris Walker had 20 points. That's good. He shot 5 of 19. That's bad. But with like nobody left, like Mac McClung literally had to play proper NBA minutes for an actual NBA team. The Mavs only kind of held on because Brandon Williams went off his head. 20 points in the end, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 9 of 14. D'Lo was a bit shit-ass, but he was fine. Cooper Flagg was solid-ish. PJ couldn't hit a shot. Clay couldn't hit a shot. Max Christie was okay. Hit a big one late, but a bit of a weird one. Dallas, hold on. Reckon they're lucky to get away with that. Pacers dropped to 0-4. Mavs 2-3. Big win that they desperately needed. Denver shit-pumped New Orleans 122-88. They broke this one open with like a 29-2 run at the start of the third quarter. It was pretty bad. Third quarter ended up 39-11. Game over, man. Game over. No Zion, no Pelicans. Simple as that. I was so happy. I went fucking hard on Denver, I'm just saying. Nikola Jokic, 21, 12, and 10. Another triple-double in 3 quarters. Amazing. That's his 4th to start the season. He's going to pop up again later. Pels 0-4. Nugs 3-1. Portland got by a Frisky. That's right, Frisky, Utah, 136-134. They're actually crushing him. And Utah just came flying back right at the end again. It was a really entertaining game. Utah will keep doing this. Like with Lowry back and playing really fucking well, they're going to be in all these games. They got 27 out of Drew Holiday and did the Blazers. Denny Avdija did everything, 19, 9, and 5. Ends up with 6 turnovers. That was pretty brutal. But the Yaz, like 32 for Lowry. Keontae George has been really good, 29 and 8 for him. Nurk was pretty solid off the bench. Kessler's just dominating in the middle, 18, 12 and a block. And they really nearly got the Cody Williams showed a couple of flashes too, which is really interesting. They've just got so much weird little sort of young talented dudes there. Ace Bailey, 8 points off the bench, but he shot 3 of 5, was a -17. But anyway, good win for the Blazers. They're 3-2. Yaz 2-2. And then finally, the last couple, we had the Lakers. The Lakers nearly blew a 20-point lead from that third quarter. A 20-point second half lead. They end up winning 116-115 because Austin Reaves hit a fucking game winner. The white mamba strikes again. Jesus. As I said, who needs LeBron? Who needs Luka? Build around Austin Reaves. I think I tweeted out as well, with Jake LaRavia out there carving it up. He was awesome. What did he had 27 and 8. You had at one moment, I think, Reaves is out there, LaRavia was out there, Dalton Connect was out there, and you're like, aha! Exciting whites. Bronny James, 5 trillion. 5 minutes, zeros across the board. God, he's shit. Anyway, the Wolves, without Ant-Man, we knew this one was probably going to be a bit of a struggle. 33, 5 and 6 for Randall, 30 for Jaden McDaniels. Their big problem was kind of everything else. Like Rob Dillingham was solid-ish, but not quite the answer. Terrence Shannon Jr. just looked completely fucking cooked. He's just like, what am I doing? That's a lot of Bones Highland as well. He was okay-ish too, but without Ant-Man to stir this drink, I'll tell you what. Wolves are 2-3. Lakers 3-2. And then finally, Ja Morant hits a game winner as well against, well, Devin Booker missed the responding game winner. So, yeah, he hit the go-ahead bucket with 8 seconds left, 7 seconds. As the Grizzlies got by the Suns 114, 113. The Suns are just, it took everything that they had to get back into that game. They get the go-ahead. They're actually up, and then Ja Morant hits that little ripper one of his. Bang, they go back up. They can't get back. Booker misses the 3 to win the game. Suns lose. They're 1-4 and horrible. Grizzlies, they've got some shit to them. I love Cedric Coward. But yeah, when you got to play Cam Spencer 19 minutes a game, you're cooked, mate. What's going on with JJ Jackson? Come on, let's get him out there. There you go. Let's do an NBA Straya Pro Performer of the Night. Out of all those games, bloody hell.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
I mean, honorable mentions have got to go to Brandon Williams for his 27-2. Larry Markkinen with that 32-8. He was really, really good. But this is going to be split. Oh, KD was awesome as well for the Rockets. Beat it. The 31 plus 20 crushed it. But this is going to be a split decision between Austin Reaves is him, the White Mamba. 28 points, 16 assists, 2 steals, 1 rebound. Hits the game winner. Is averaging a 35 and 10. That's just absurd gear. Shot the piss out of it. 9-24. 7-7 at the free throw line. Didn't matter. He shot. What did he shoot at the 3 from 3, Jim? What did he hit from downtown? Oh, there you go. Austin Reaves. Woo! He shot 3-11. Yobioti for that 28-16. But the game winner was an absolute fucking psycho shot. And Cade Cunningham became the first player in Detroit Pistons history with at least 30 points, 10 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks in a game. It's only the 5th time that's happened in the last 10 years. It's basically Luka, Jokic, and Harden who have done it. So Cade Cunningham rips off a 36-10 with 3 steals and 3 blocks. Put the Magic to the fucking sword. God, he was good. That's exactly the Cade that we expected going into this season. He's been a bit scratchy. That was unreal. And there you go. That's co-performers of the night. How about Spud of the night, though?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
And if you are checking out the YouTube, that now has an actual Spud dancing around. So the Spud of the night now has a graphic. It's awesome. I think Lonzo's got a graphic too. But anyway, Spuds of the night. All of New Orleans except... who was it who actually didn't? Oh, it was Zero Fears. He was actually okay. 1 of 8 for Trey Murphy. 2 of 11 for Jordan Poole. 0 of 5 again for Jordan Hawkins. I think that makes him 0 of 10 across his last 2 games. Desmond Bain, 4 of 15 for his 12 points against the Detroit basketballing Pistons. God, they needed him today, and he did. Sweet dick. Oh, Clay. It's just, I don't want to say it's over for Clay because he's a shooter. Shooters shoot. We know that from Shane Hill. 2 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 6 from 3. The Mavs went 5 of 24 from 3 as a team. Yeesh. And they still managed to win because Brandon Williams is off his head. That's not bad. 2 of 16 for Aaron Naismith. Yeesh. But there you go. And we also already had the Austin Reaves 3-11. So great job by him. But the New Orleans Pelicans one, that was just brutal. I mentioned Terrence Shannon Jr. before. He was a minus 14 in 16 minutes, 0 of 3 from the floor, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 fouls. It was just, not a great one. I'm just saying. Otherwise, there wasn't too many other giant spuds today, so that was good. Good job, everybody. How about Old Mate No Mates?
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? Well, 2 ones here. We've got Jaylen Brown because of the hair fiasco. He's now getting just like called out left, right, and center. The announcers are like on the broadcast, the Celtics Cavaliers game, flying to the basket like he's flying to Turkey at some point this year. That's pretty good. Even the Magic announcers were giving him a drive-by on their game, where it's like, we're playing Boston, and hopefully we're not wearing our white uniforms in that one. Because his head's going to fucking rub off at him, remember? Because he's painting his bonds like my good mate Carlos Boozer. Amazing gear. Jaylen Brown, copping it. And kind of rightfully so. It's kind of funny. You got all the money in the world and people are still giving you shit about your hair. Anyway, Nico Harrison is the obvious other one, trading Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, who hobbles to the locker room. Everybody just goes, aha! Jeez! It seems like a pretty fucking smart idea to, defense wins championships. Yeah. Also, can Anthony Davis stay on the floor? No. I mean, who could have seen this coming, as I mentioned earlier, except, that's right, fucking everybody. Anthony Davis injured? I, for one, am shocked, said no one ever. But the bilateral Achilles tendinopathy, I've got Achilles tendinopathy in my left Achilles. It's just a bit shit. And obviously the last thing I want to do as an old fat bloke is blow my Achilles. AD, as a, early 30s athlete in still probably the tail end of his prime, probably doesn't want to do it as well. So if there's any sort of fuckiness, I'm happy for him just to go fuck off. But at the same time, it's Anthony Davis. Just always expect the worst. The dude can't stay healthy. That's why you don't fucking trade Luka Doncic for him. Nico, you fucking dummy. It only took like 4 games until we're back going, oh, that's right, remember? Nico, he's a fucking idiot. Amazing. Pantsing of the night. I don't know, like the Wolves being up in that game, having fought back from a 20-point deficit in that second half. I think one of our most repeated mantras, I think, on NBA Straya over the years has been simply one of the hardest fucking things to do in the NBA is to come back from a massive deficit and stay up if you get up, right? So often you see teams either fall just a little bit short, either tied up, but they can't get over the hump. And if they do get over the hump by a point or two, they can't maintain it because you've just expelled all that energy, expended all that energy. There you go, that works. And it's brutal. But the Wolves get the absolute pantsing addition from a little white guy hitting a game winner over the top of them. Right? Like you got a little dude who looks like Julius Randle wants to stuff into a locker hitting a fucking game winner over you. That's a pantsing. But also, my favourite one was probably Cade Cunningham deleting a Jalen Suggs dunk at the rim today. Cade looked so fucking good in that game, and I'm trying to figure out if it's because he's unreal or if Orlando are dog shit. All right, finally, better than Bronny James, Lonzo Ball and Ben Simmons.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Jabari Smith Jr. hasn't made much of an appearance in the old better than Ben Simmons, Bronny James, Lonzo Ball. He was really good against Toronto today. 25, 5, and 5. Just that size made such a fucking difference against the Raptors. Jarris Walker, as I mentioned, 20 points. Yes, he shot 5 of 19. How about Ray J. Dennis, though? God damn, he's out there knocking up Kim K, putting out videos. 17, 5, and 5. 4 of 7 from downtown. Ray J does it again. 21 and 6 for Jeremiah. 0 fears as well. He has 0 fears of jacking up shots, and he shouldn't because they've got no Zion. He should be just going hammer and tongs. But for comparison, Lonzo today played 24 minutes, went 1 of 5 from the floor, all of which were from downtown. 3 rebounds, 5 assists and a steal, 2 turnovers. He was a +1 in a game that they lost by 20, and he played 24 minutes. Literally played half the game. In the other half of the game, the Cavaliers got their fucking heads kicked in by Boston. So Lonzo did a pretty good job despite going 1 of 5 from the floor, I reckon. And as I mentioned, Bronny James had an amazing 5 trillion, 5 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Motherfucker just got out there for 5 minutes of cardio. Welcome to my world, Lonzo. Bronny, all right. Let's do some yeah-nahs and the power rankings right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Cadet.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening
Australia.
to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do some Yeah Nahas brought to you by you. That's right. Shout us a beer, shout us a coffee. The link is in our bio. Literally, it'll take you to our buy us a coffee page. Buy us a beer, buy us a coffee. It's all on there. You can sign up to the membership tier as well, which gets you into the Dead Set Legends Club. We'll have a new episode of that dropping at some point next week, just a heads up. So if you join the membership tier, you get that exclusive, free extra shit. So go check it out. Help support the show. Be much appreciated. Out here doing this by myself. Help a brother out, would you? Got to keep this pirate ship afloat. So there you go. The link is in the bio. It might even be in the show description. I can't remember, but buy us a coffee. The link's right there. It's even, I think it's pinned to the top of the Twitter and all that sort of shit. Right, got some good ones. Dan D. Yeah, nah, the Spurs don't need Fox. It might actually slow the development of the young guys. Yeah, nah. Yeah, I fully agree with this. Like, watching Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle this last week as Fox is sort of coming back, wow, are they fucking good. Like, next to Wemby, you're like, yeah, cool, we'll speed up his the timeline that we're on. We'll get De'Aaron Fox. Then they fucking land the number 2 pick. They get Dylan Harper, who fits fucking perfectly next to Castle and next to Wemby. But I think most of this is actually kind of like Castle taking a big fucking step forward. He's been absolutely unreal. Harper's been super duper solid as a rookie. He's played like, what, 4 games or what? It's unreal, the situation the Spurs are in. Because like now they can actually just slow play it. They can roll Fox out there, see how it goes for the next 2 months, and go, well, this is okay. Castle and Harper are learning from De'Aaron Fox. We don't need him. Get rid of him. He's gone. Because what he signed an off-season extension, I reckon, as well, so they won't be able to trade him for a big bunch of time. So they can just sort of see how it lands. But, wow, yeah. Maybe, though, this year is the year that you keep him because he's like a locked-in contract. You bring the young bucks along, you know, at their own pace. And at the moment, Castle's fucking crushing it. Harper looks unreal. Having Fox there, it's like a security blanket almost. So I reckon, yeah, they don't need him, but it's probably worth keeping him for this season at least and then trading him in the offseason and getting some more picks for down the road when you need to build around Wemby on the cheap like OKC have done, you know. Orlando and the Raptors are in real trouble. Yeah, nah. Yeah. They kind of are. Like, yes, it's very early on. We're into week 2 of the season, but the Raps and the Magic are both 1-4. And the Raptors had a tough one, I guess, against a really good Houston team. They've also lost to the Spurs. They've lost to the Mavs. They've lost to the Bucks. Those are all good teams. They beat the shit out of the Hawks in their first game. But the way the Raptors are playing, like their defense has given up 122, 139, 121, and 139. Now, I'm no math magician, but if you're giving up 122, 139, 121, and 139, averaging it out to, I guess, that would be what, 130 points a game in these losses. Yeah, you should be fucking worried because your defense fucking stinks, bro. What are you doing? And Orlando, they gave up 135 to a Detroit team that looked all out of sorts. Their defense is a fucking mess. They've given up 135 to Detroit, 136 to the Sixers, 110 to the Bulls, and 111 to the Hawks. Those are 4 Eastern Conference teams that ostensibly the Orlando Magic should be better than and would have come into this season going, we are better than these dudes, and they've lost to all fucking 4 of them and given up. Here we go. I'm going to average these out in my brain already. On average, 122.5 points. There you go. I'm a math magician. Told you. Their defense is fucked as well. So that's the clear, obvious fucking problems with both those teams. They should both be worried at this point. 1-4 is not a giant hole to dig out of, but it's now enough of a sample size. You go, what are you doing? Right? Flip side, Chicago. Will they actually be better than 500 this year, Jim? Yeah, nah. I mean, who have they beaten? They have beaten now the Sacramento Kings, the Atlanta Hawks, the Magic, and the Pistons. Again, they beat the Pistons, they beat the Magic, and they beat the Hawks. 3 Eastern teams that probably thought they were better than Chicago. Maybe they will end up better than 500, but this is where Chicago get you, isn't it? They sort of suck you in. You're like, oh, look at this. Bit of optimism. And then just there'll be a 2-week stretch where they play like dog shit and give up 4 games. But GIDDEY looks fantastic. They just look super duper fun. They look super connected, which is kind of neat. So that's kind of my big thing. I don't know if they'll end up better than 500, but I reckon they'll be a little bit higher than I think I still had them over. They're over under. So I'm feeling okay about that. Basically, Bulls, thumbs up. Right, unpopular opinion of the day. Let's do some week 2 power rankings.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
All right, the power rankings are just a really good way to talk about all 30 teams. So strap in. We're a week into the NBA season. 4 or 5 games sort of under the belt. We'll start at the bottom. The shithouse tier, right? So I've got all my tiers. They're not kind of really numbered, but at the bottom, it's probably Brooklyn. They are absolutely flat out abysmal. And if you're a Nets fan, you're probably looking at Benny Seraph, Nolan Torore, and just like these Igor Demon, like you're just like, what did we draft? What the fuck have we done, right? Because there hasn't been that much in these games that have made you go, oh, it's going to be right. Yes, the Nets are tanking again. Yes, this is just a year where it doesn't fucking matter. But I want to see a little bit more of what the Nets apparently fucking saw in the draft to draft all these dudes. And it's a struggle. So yeah, they're shithouse. Like, the cool thing, I guess, for the Nets is you play the kids, you play the kids, you play the fucking kids. You pump a bunch of minutes into Michael Porter Jr., hope that somebody goes, you know what? We do need a big scoring wing. We'll give up some assets to go and get him. Brooklyn make away like a bandit, turning Cam Johnson into Michael Porter Jr., a first-round pick, and then again, whatever they get for Michael Porter Jr. But, I mean, Nick Claxton, Cam Thomas, the team just, they're the worst team to watch in the NBA right now. Next up, that would be the poor Indiana Pacers. They go from the NBA Finals to 0-4. They're in the shithouse tier. And as I said in the little video yesterday, it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Indy. You lost your 1-5 before the season, right? So Turner goes to the Bucks. You lose Halliburton to his Achilles. They also then lose TJ McConnell. They then lose Andy Nembhard in the first game of the season, a couple of minutes into the game. And you're like, wait a minute, fucking hell. Obi Toppin sits out today as well. He's injured. Furphy's injured. You've had to like dip into like the injury exception stuff already. They had to waive Wiseman just because they had no other guards. So they had to go get Mac McClung. It's pretty, and they still play tough. Like, this is the cool thing, I guess, about Indy is they play fucking hard for Rick Carlisle. That's just what they do. Siakam is still Siakam. Naismith is still solid. But yeah, with all of that depth just obliterated, it's real fucking hard to be like good and win games, especially in a very deep NBA. Next up, the Pelicans. With Zion, they are not shithouse. Without him, they are very shithouse. And Poole, I mean, it was fun seeing Jordan Poole in the preseason because Jordan Poole might be one of the great preseason players of all time. Jordan Poole might be the greatest player in games that do not fucking matter, like, ever. Like, he is just well, maybe not ever, but at least he's like an does not matter all-star. So he has these moments, and then today just fucking stinks it up. They get absolutely crushed by the Nuggets. The Pelicans, Trey Murphy, Jordan Hawkins, it feels like they are very much on the speed track to firing Willie Green because, I mean, this is a new regime that's come in over the top of them. David Griffin's gone. It's all Joe Dumas and his cronies that don't know their ass from their elbow and traded away next year's unprotected first and now 0-4. But they have Derek Queen, you idiots. Amazing stuff from the Pelicans. They're shithouse. Next up is the Phoenix Suns, still in the shithouse tier. They at least have a game like today, right, where they're super fucking competitive. but still really lack the talent to get over the top of a team like the Grizzlies, who are, again, themselves just fucking decimated by injuries. But you've got legitimate NBA players on this team. Booker, Grayson Allen, Mark Williams, Royce O'Neal. Second year, Ryan Dunn. They should be better. But the problem is, like, it's 8 minutes of Isaiah Livers. It's 31 minutes of Colin Gillespie. And Colin Gillespie's fine, but I don't know if you need 31 minutes of Colin Gillespie, you know? Brutal. The Suns are shit. And again, as I said, they're in like this giant fucking hole where they have zero of their own picks for a million years. And they could be fucked for 6-7 years. Like, there's no, like, Devin Booker, Ryan Dunn, that's your young core. You're fucked, mate. Sorry, Suns fans, but it stinks. The stinky but have their moments tier. Now, the Wizards would be the next team up if I was going to do this by numbers. The Wizards are stinky, but they do have moments like where you're like, Alexander Sarr absolutely shredding Embiid yesterday was fucking fun as. Bub Carrington's fun. Keyshawn George is fun. They've got the vets like CJ and Chris Middleton. Like, they have their moments. They're also still very stinky as a team because there's like a couple of vets. Everybody else is super duper young. And they're kind of like, they'll get into those games like that Sixers game yesterday and you just don't know what the fuck's going to happen, right? They're going to get up, blow the lead, lose. Who knows? They'll hold on. They'll probably win a couple more games than they probably ought to because of that. And as they sort of develop across the year, they will probably hopefully turn into something that isn't just gouge your eyes out bad, which is good. That's a win. The Sacramento Kings are up next because, oh boy, Rusty, Domantas Sabonis, Levine, DeRozan, the sheer team building involved in this one, where they've had 3 like lottery pick point guards that they've taken in like the last 8 years, and none of them are on their team. And now they are using like year 18 Russell Westbrook as a starter. You're like, yeah, you fires the laser, we fucked it. So yeah, maybe you have to fire the laser, but it's a Death Star laser and it's on top of your franchise. Just burn this one to the fucking ground, start again. Again, Sacramento. This was so fun. Like 2 years ago. That Warriors fucking playoff series, fires the laser, light the beam, it was unreal. Now they're fucked because someone went, you know what we should do? We should try to recreate a shit Chicago Bulls team. Look, the John Salmons Bowl is real, don't get me wrong, but you shouldn't try to emulate what the Bulls have been doing. Fuck me. And then finally, the stinky but have their moments. Miami. Now hear me out. But Jim, is this just basically because you hate the Heat? Well, yes. They're my power rankings. That they kicked the fuck out of Charlotte yesterday, 144-117, right? Jaime Jaquez, unreal. Bam doing his thing. Khalil Ware, looking pretty solid. Don't mind him. They didn't have Norm Powell yesterday. They've beaten the Grizzlies, the Knicks, and the Hornets. The Knicks one was like a schedule loss for the Knicks because they were playing in Miami, and the Miami nightlife is fucking all-time, lifetime, like 1 trillion to 0. Undefeated. Never lost. But anyway, the Heat, when you've got Wiggins, Bam, Khalil Ware, Davion Mitchell, Simone Von Vecchio, and Jaime Jaquez and Jovic sort of popping up, they'll be fine. But they just kind of stink. They are a fucking punish to watch, right? And I can't bring myself to go higher, right? They could be in Struggle Town the next tier, but I think like they have their moments. Like they kick the fuck out of Charlotte. They'll look good, but I still just think they're stinky. The Struggle Town tier. So this is the one I did yesterday. It's the Celtics, the Hawks, the Mavs, and the Wolves. So 3 of those 4 teams won today. And I still kind of think they all belong in Struggle Town. Right? Struggle Town might actually have to be... it feels like it's the right spot. Like the Wolves without Ant-Man are just going to struggle. Right? You saw it today. It's like a lot of Julius Randle, which is okay-ish. But if Gobert's doing fuck all, if you've got no Naz Reid, yeah, you're going to lose to a team like the Lakers who don't have their 2 best players. So they're in Struggle Town. The Atlanta Hawks, they got by the Nets today. They lose Trey. If Trey's out for any amount of time, it's suddenly a lot of Nicky Alexander-Walker and Dyson Daniels, and boom, yeah, you're in Struggle Town. The Extreme Zinger Meal looked okay at moments today.
Extreme Zinger Meal.
Which is good, but They are still in struggle town as they sort of figure this out. Losing Trey. And like, this is one of the biggest things that we don't bang on about enough. I think I do on NBA Straya, but cohesion. And I mean, the simple idea of repetitive, like, I'm basically getting reps in with your starters, with your bench mob, essentially just having a really cohesive idea of what you're all fucking meant to be doing on the court and just playing. When there's interruptions to that, it's just fucking hard. And Atlanta, when you're trying to fit these new pieces in, but then you lose your starting point guard, Trae Young, you've already had Jalen Johnson out for a game. Zinger's missed, and you're like, Jesus, it's struggle town for the Hawks. The Mavericks also in a bit of struggle town just because they're trying to figure out what the fuck they do. They lose AD. That could be fucking absolutely disastrous for the Mavs, right? Cooper Flag looks fine. He has some incredible moments. D'Lo is D'Lo coming off the bench. You've got PJ and Najee, and the Lively's like dealing with like a knee issue as well. No Dante, no Kyrie. It is just sort of every game of theirs is going to be struggle town. Like they might win these games anyway because Cooper Flag's awesome. If AD's not actually really that injured, they're going to win some games. If AD misses some time, it's AD. He likely will. They're fucked and absolutely in struggle town. And Boston, today was awesome because they hit 21 threes. And like, I don't know, their defense they've figured out that Josh Minott looks awesome in the starting lineup. He just gives them a bit of shit. Jaylen Brown sort of woke up in the second half of that game and really helped them put the Cavs to the sword. Pritchard did a couple of shots late. He was a pretty good distributor. Derek White just needs to find his shot as well. But I think the roller coaster that the Celtics are going to go on this year just leaves them in struggle town after 1 week. You know? 2 wins on the trot, that's a good one, but they've got a couple of tough ones still remaining coming up very, very soon. I'll leave them in struggle town for the minute, but I reckon they could almost be in fun but bad, which is the next tier. But that's Boston. Hit threes, win. Basically. The fun but bad tier. We're going to go to the Hornets. They're at the bottom of this tier. They're fun because LaMelo's psycho, but he does some of the dumbest fucking shit you'll ever... Like, he drives through a bunch of Miami Heat, and then the next possession, it's the same sort of setup, and he just goes... He's, like, driven twice and pulled it back out and then launches a step back three, and it misses by a fucking 1.5 feet. You're like, what are you doing? He might be, like, the one dude in the NBA that has a massively high basketball IQ, but is also the fucking dumbest player you watch. It's amazing, really, sometimes. But they are kind of fun. If they had Brandon Spindles-Miller... Hopefully he's back soon. That'd be even more fun, but they're kind of fun. Their games are just super chaotic. Like one way or the other, they'll blow out teams, they'll get blown out. Who knows? That's fun, but they are also bad. The Utah Jazz, they're in the fun but bad tier because Lowry's off his head. They're awesome. Keontae's really fun. Their young dudes are kind of fun, but they're also still kind of bad as we saw today, right? They just couldn't quite execute and beat Portland. That comeback was awesome, but just getting over the hump right at the end. Absolutely tough gear. But at least, look, I reckon there's a little bit of optimism in Utah. There wasn't sort of coming into the season, but now there is. The Memphis Grizzlies. They're fun, but they are kind of bad. Again, this is not their fault. They're just so injured, but they're fun because Ja is still playing out of his mind. Triple J, they've got like just enough dudes to be kind of fun. Their games are just absolutely fucking roll the dice, see what happens kind of games as well. They're insane. Love me some Grizzlies. They are fun, but they are bad. And the Lakers. That today was the exact example of fun but bad. They fucking put one on the Wolves, kicked the shit out of them, and then blew the 20-point lead, got down, and needed Austin Reaves diving through the paint and throwing up a prayer and it dropping to win the game. That is fun, but they are also still a bit bad. When you just look at some of the lineups they're having to use because they've got no dudes as well because they're all fucking injured, that is a bad roster. The fun and good tier, that would be... we'll go to Portland first in this one at the bottom. They are fun and they're a bit good. What are they? 3-2, I think, so far. They're just kind of like... With Giroux there, they've got a bit of shit to them as well. Denny Avdija is unreal. I love him. He's just so good. But... they've just got like all these different fun guys. Like Tamani Kamara's going to fuck your shit up. Shaden Sharp's going to just try to dunk on 47 dudes. They've got Jeremy Grant coming off the bench now. And I'm like, ooh, look out. He had 18 points today. Don't mind this. They're fun and they're good. Like to the point where they might win enough games to be in the play-in consideration. I don't know if they're going to win enough to be a playoff team, but that's why they're in the fun and good tier. Chicago, same sort of vibes there. They're fun and good because Josh Giddey's playing out of his mind. They're 4-0. They're fucking crushing it. And they've beaten all these other East teams. They're fun and they're good. I love the way that he's playing with Red Velvet, the Ginger Ninja, with Booze Ellis. I was saying Booze Ellis. They're just kind of fun. There's just like a bit of a wheeling and dealing aspect to Chicago that I didn't quite expect going into the year. And Gids has been really good. The 3-point shot, not bad. The Sixers, somehow they are also 4-0 and fun and good because VJ Edgecombe's unreal. But most of all, Tyrese Maxey is fucking awesome. Just so good. Those two just light up a room as well, don't they? Maxey's funny as hell. VJ's pretty funny. They had a great interview with the two of them. Like, they're just giving each other shit. I'm like, this rocks. Philly, I mean, having to deal with like just the fucking abysmal, just shithouse personalities of Paul George and like Joel Embiid, of just like this weird, sad sackiness. Conversely, you've got Maxey McCain coming back at some point and VJ Edgecombe. I love it. They're fun and good. The crazy part for me is that Embiid plays, they look like dog shit. He's putting up his numbers, but they suck on defense. He fucks off. They've got Adam Boner, and away they go. They look great again. Just saying. Trade Embiid. The will be fine, I guessed here. At the bottom of this, the Orlando Magic and the Toronto Raptors. As I sort of already alluded to in the NRs, they will be fine, I guess. Like, there's too much talent on both of these teams for them to be this bad, especially on defense. But we've also seen at the start of this year, there's been all of these fucking awesome scoring explosions, being crazy. The defense is getting torched, though. But these two in particular, they have enough veterans on their team. They've got enough size and length, like to the point where you look at like Toronto with Scoob and Brandon Spindles, Ingram, RJ Barrett. You've just got athletes, length. Same goes for Orlando with like Franz Wagner, hello, and Paolo Banchero, Jalen Suggs and co. And it just isn't working yet. But they will be fine, I reckon, once they sort of figure this shit out. Next up is the Clippers. They're not good. They got absolutely smashed by the Warriors yesterday. Oh, they will be fine, I guess. But then once the injuries start kicking in, who knows what the fuck is going to happen there, but that's why I took their under. And look, not to jump over the Clippers, like Harden, Chris Paul, Brad Beal, Zoobs, Kawhi. I mean, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Zoobs should be dominating more, and it feels like it's not quite there yet. John Collins is fine as well. It's just not coalescing yet. But I reckon that's why they'll be will be fine, I guess. There's just so much talent on that team. And the Detroit basketballing Pistons will be fine, I guess. Today was the exact encapsulation of will be fine, I guess. If Cade Cunningham can just do this on the reg, and we kind of expected that going into the year, possible top 10 player, let's go Cade. They lose Jaden Ivey. They shouldn't suck as much as they did a couple of those games. They were awesome against the Magic today. That was a great game. They will be fine, I reckon. The playoff team tier. We've got the Knicks and the Bucks at the bottom of this one. Bucks look great, but they are a one-man show. It is so tough going, all right, just carry us home, Giannis. And he's like, okay, I will carry us all the way home. I fucking love this city, eh? And you're like, all right, thanks, Giannis. And he's like, not the problem. Anything goes a bit janky there. And then just like, watching them sort of like trying to hold off the Knicks the other day with Cole Anthony just going, hey guys, check this out. I'm going to take a really bad shot. You're like, don't do it, Cole. He's like, no, check it out. It's fucking brutal. The Knicks, I think just, again, the Bucks and the Knicks are basically the same sort of spot, right? They've just got that much talent. They'll be a playoff team in the East. Top 6 seed, no worries. But they've still got some questions, right? And like if Jalen Brunson's hurt his hammy, that's a big fucking spanner in the works. But for the moment, the Mike Brown sort of system seems to be working-ish. Deuce McBride didn't play yesterday. And that was sort of like, oh, that's not great. I don't know if you should be relying on him that much. We'll see how they go with Jordan Jeremy Clarkson more. But the Knicks, they'll be okay as long as they've got their dudes. Then you got basically the top of the top of the top. The next 6 teams are the 6 best teams in the NBA. The Houston Rockets. But Jim, they started off 0-2. Yep, now they're sort of figuring it out. That was a really good win against Toronto today. Just saying. Real fucking good. KD looked unreal. Jabari Smith was unreal. That Toronto defense, though, I don't know. Can you judge too much against it? But they look fantastic. Sort of everyone firing on all cylinders. Great job by the Rockets. The Warriors. Oh, boy, were they good. Playoff team, I don't know. Are they bloody legit? They kind of look it. After 1 week, they're hovering right on the edge. And I could probably actually switch them out with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So let's do that. So on the graphic from yesterday, we had Cleveland in the bloody legit. I had Warriors in the playoff team. Right. On this Thursday night, we're putting the Warriors into the bloody legit category and bumping the Cleveland Cavaliers down to playoff team. Because Cleveland, come on, you had one job. Go into Boston, kick the fuck out of him. You got 40 dudes who are massive. They've got like Luka Garza as their backup big. What are you doing, Cleveland? Jesus. God, that game was abysmal. They lost by 20. It's like, we'll shoot 1,000,000 threes. You've got Evan Mobley and you've got fucking Jared Allen. Come on. What are you doing? How do you not out-rebound them by 1,000,000? The Celtics won the rebounding battle. I should have mentioned that in the game, but wow, Cleveland, you screwed the pooch. So they're in the playoff team spot right now, not in the bloody legit, because a bloody legit team would have taken care of Boston. The Warriors are bloody legit because they took care of the Warriors with, the Warriors took care of the Clippers with the Warriors on a back-to-back. That just screams to me, we are a fucking tough-nosed team that, look, the Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga shit, the Kuminga off-season shit with Steve Kerr was just fucking strange. And Kuminga's been awesome to start the year. He has bumped them up a level in my view, or if he keeps playing like this, keeps playing the right way, keeps throwing his body into this sort of shit, he's going to like just vault them up to this actual legit contender sort of status where Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, Al Horford, like 4 super old dudes. But if you've got Kuminga, old cum dog millionaire, Moses Moody, Pods and co just sort of keeping up, then they're going to be fine. They'll be very, very fucking tough. They are bloody legit if you ask me. Then the top 3. The San Antonio Banderas Spurs haven't lost. They look unreal. Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, all of those vets are around. Wemby, they look great. They look so fucking good. You kind of think at some point, once their schedule gets a little bit tougher, we'll sort of find out what, makes them tick. See if the other Mitch Johnson's any good as a coach. But for the minute, they're in my top 3. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets. Absolutely obliterated the Pelicans today. That was fun as hell. Jokic is just fucking off his head. But these are the games that the Nuggets have sort of used to sort of figure out some of this rotation stuff, where Cam Johnson fits, what they should all be doing. And it's just clicking. And you see a game like today, you're like, yep, that'll do, pig. The Nuggets are awesome. And then at the top, the bloody legit tier, the reigning NBA champs after 1 week, looking unreal still. And absolutely bloody crushing it, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're 5-0. They're the only 5-0 team in the NBA. They're absolutely smashing teams. Love it. I think the craziest thing for me was that the Spurs have got the best point differential in the league. The Nuggets have the second best, I think. Yeah, ahead of the Heat because the Heat's massive win over the Hornets. But like OKC with like all of these injuries, missing Chet, no J-Dub, just their depth is so fucking good and SGA will just get them over the hump. So there you go. They're number 1. Right. That is the week 2 NBA power rankings. Let's do a quick Outback Takehouse and then finish off the show. It's Thursday at Outback. You know what that means? Oh, yeah. 2 for 1 blooming onions. No prick in Australia knows what the fuck these things are. What is it? Some sort of deep fried onion made to look like a flower? What the fuck are you Yanks on about, you idiots? No wonder you're a bunch of fat bastards. Anyway, it goes great with the flame grilled take. And today's flame grilled take is the Lakers need to trade LeBron to the Cavs ASAP. The East is wide open. The Cavs could use another ball-handling big man. The Lakers need some talent. Just make it fucking happen. Send him home. The Lakers don't need LeBron. They've got Luka. They've got Austin Reaves, the white mamba. They're fine. It's all good. Piss LeBron off. Off you go. I think he's got a no-trade clause though, but, whatever. Make it worth his while. Go full Kawhi. He plants some fucking trees. Right, Australian Player Watch for today. We had a bunch of the Aussies in action, which is very fun. Josh Giddey up. Really good game against Sacramento. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists, 7 of 14 from the floor, 1 of 2 on his threes. That 3 that he did hit was beautiful. 5 turnovers, but 5 of 7 on the line as well. He was a plus 24. God, he was good in that game. Just that sort of nice little evolution of his game as well, like the unselfishness, but when he's actually fucking on one, he's carving his way through to the basket, hitting those threes. Looking great. Thanks, kids. Dyson Daniels, the great barrier thief. Big win over Brooklyn. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. He's getting up there again with the steals. 1 block, 1 turnover. Shot 3 of 10 from the floor, though. 0 of 1 on his triples. 1 or 2 at the free throw line. Not a great one, but it's fine. Jock Landale got another start for the Grizzlies. 24 minutes. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a block and a turnover. Shot 3 of 7 because he went 0 of 2 from deep. Not a bad one, though. They got a win. Good job. No Johnny Furphy against Dallas, and obviously no Dante Exum against Indy either. Both still out with their injuries. Hopefully Furfs will be back soon. You're going to hear from him later in the show. Jingles hosted the Lakers and didn't get out there even for an inbound, which was a bit sad. Still kind of reckon they could use him at times because their point guard situation is fucked. Josh Green is obviously still out, but do up over there in Utah for the Portland Trailblazers. Got out there for 12 minutes, hit 3 threes, 3 for free. In 12 minutes, he had 9 points. He crushed it. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 3 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3. And Matisse got out there for 5 minutes against the Yaz. He had 3 points, hit a 3, had an assist and 2 steals because that's just what he does. And then finally, in that Celtics-Cavaliers game, both the Aussies got out there. Tyrese Proctor was shipping up to Boston. He had 9 minutes, 1 and 2 from the floor, 2 points and a foul. And Luke Travers copped the 3 trillion, 3 minutes and zeros across the board. Not bad. All right, Andrew Gay's Grey Mamba time.
It's the first Andrew Gay's Grey Mamba.
Outstanding achievement here. Excellent. That'll be Nikola Jokic. 4 straight triple doubles to open the season. Tied for the most to start a season ever. Yeah, he's just fucking next level. It's absolutely absurd. How about a bit of a Kiwi Corner there, Jim? Can we get a bit of a Kiwi Corner? We'll go see what. That's right. What's Big Steven Adams Brew's been up to, eh? Oh, Brew, it's been a pretty good start to the season for me, eh? So far, I'm averaging 6 points and 10 rebounds, Brew. I'm starting out there next to Şengün, eh, Brew? They're sort of figuring out what he does, Steven Adams, the Houston Rockets, because he had been starting, came off the bench as they started a Kogi, I think, today, and had LP Şengün and Jabari as their sort of bigs. But Steven Adams has been really, really good. Yeah, he had 4 and 13 to open the season, 11 and 10 with 3 steals the next game against Detroit, 4 and 8 as they absolutely beat the shit out of Brooklyn. And then today he had 12 and 12 in 20 minutes against the Raptors. That's why they dominated them. There you go. Dominated them on the boards. He crushed it with 2 steals, a block, 2 assists, a steal and a block. Not bloody bad. The big Kiwi. All right, let's do some game previews. Oh, Patty Mills Game Day Ball, Game Day, I reckon. We should probably do that first before we get out of here. Let's do it. All right, Patty with a good hair. I think we've got a Patty update. Whoops, there we go. Where is he? There he is. Just shooting around in the gym. Staying ready, obviously. Just hitting 3 after 3. Just 3 after 3. Pretty good. Just in the gym. Hitting 3s. Just staying ready. God damn, he hasn't missed one yet. That's awesome. Still running through a wall for him, wouldn't you? Right, let's do some game previews for tomorrow. Game previews for Friday, Halloween. Remember, you can find all of our daily NBA picks over at Dabble. Sign up using the link in our show description or our bio. Use the code NBA Straya. You can follow along with all the things we have on there. We've got our best multis and same gamers on there too. If that's your thing, go check it out. Tell them NBA Straya sent you. Use that code NBA Straya. And because... So there won't be a full show for the Friday. We're going to wrap up these 4 games that are on tomorrow in a quick YouTube spot. But the Saturday and Sunday picks, I'll have them all up on Dabble. So if you want to follow along, see how we're trucking, you're laughing. I did also promise that I'd check to see how we're going so far this season against the spread. We nailed the Lakers and we got that one. We are currently at 55% for the season on these picks against the spread, which is awesome. So let's keep it up, shall we? Right, Friday's games. We've got Orlando against Charlotte. Now, I've just talked at length about Orlando on a back-to-back on the road. Having come from Detroit, they go straight to Charlotte. You know that the Hornets are going to want to run and gun. Can the Magic's defense keep up? I say no. I am pretty worried about that Magic team. Like Paolo, Franz, cool. You guys know what to do. Suggs, hopefully that offense comes along. You've got Wendell still in the center. That bench is just looking a little bit off, a little bit iffy. I'll take a Charlotte team that is at home that will just fucking run it down their throats. Orlando just keep giving up so many points. If this turns into a shootout, I'll just kind of take Charlotte. They're just going to fill it up. I don't feel good about it, but here we are. The Golden State Warriors in Milwaukee. This is an awesome matchup tomorrow. I'm going to take Golden State. They're actually favorited in Milwaukee, -2.5. I just feel like they've got enough weapons to sort of throw at Giannis. Like, even if Giannis goes absolutely hammer and tongs, their defense, the Warriors, what they can do on the perimeter with Gary Payton, with Kuminga, with Jimmy Butler, with Draymond, should be a little bit too tough for the Bucks. So I'm going to take the Warriors in that one. God, I don't like taking Golden State over Giannis, but here we are. Washington go to OKC. Can they hang with them, Jim? Yeah, nah. Nah, they're going to lose, but they're 14.5-point underdogs. Look, yes, Washington is shit. Yes, they will lose. But, I mean, they did lose by 26 to the Charlotte Hornets. But they did beat the Mavs. But they also lost by 13 to the Bucks. Lost by 5 to the Sixers. OKC are just kind of that banged up. I think OKC win this. Washington cover the 14.5 just. Yeah. And then finally, Miami at San Antonio. San Antonio, 5.5-point favorites at home. I'm taking that in a heartbeat. Yes, the Heat have been fucking super tough. Yes, I keep ragging on them. So this will probably bite me in the ass. But San Antonio, they've got a Wemby. Miami's got a Kalel Ware. Like, good luck. God bless. I'm taking San Antonio -5.5. So there you go. You can follow all of our picks over at Dabble. That's the Friday picks. We'll wrap up those games very quickly on tomorrow's little YouTube short, which will fang up in the afternoon. But then I've got to go to Oasis. So I'll catch it. But on Saturday and Sunday, you'll find all my picks over at Dabble. We'll do the Sunday night show as well and set you up for Monday after that. But that's it. What do you reckon? How is this all working out? So this is like the Thursday show. You can listen to this all Friday or on Saturday, whatever. It's got the power rankings. That's kind of like the big thing. Maybe I should front load it and sort of have the power rankings at the start of the show, maybe. I don't know. Let us know what you reckon. And yeah, I think it's just a lot more manageable with all the other stuff we've got going on to do the 3 big shows and then little short ones on YouTube the other days of the week. So go check those out, would you? They're all over on YouTube. Jump in the comments. Say g'day. Hit us up with some yeah-nahs. Smash us through the socials. You know what to do. But that's it. We'll be back with a little short on YouTube tomorrow to wrap up those games. In the meantime, make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. Jump in the comments. Send us through your yeah-nahs. Have at it. Also, you can shout us a coffee. Go to Buy Me a Coffee. Buy us a coffee. The link is in our bio. It's in our social bios, all that sort of stuff. You can shout us a beer, shout us a coffee, or you can join the membership thing that just does it once a month and you're laughing. That's our Patreon, right? So you get like a free, exclusive, extra bunch of shit when you sign up to the membership level. So go do that. It'd be very much appreciated. Help keep this pirate ship afloat. Get around NFL Straya and Jim does Supercoach. NBA Supercoach is crazy. Our NBA Supercoach show heats on Monday because that's when the NBA week technically ends. And then you have to have all your NBA Supercoach shit sorted before the games start on Tuesday. So it's a very quick turnaround, so you're going to be all over it. So make sure you're around that on Jim Does Supercoach with your NBA Supercoach stuff if that's what you're into. Rate, review, star, subscribe, comment, and all that sort of shit on all of the shows. NFL Straya, NBA Straya, Jim Does Supercoach, on whatever podcast app you're using, YouTube, all that sort of shit. Really would be appreciated if you just leave a comment. Make sure you've starred it. do a review. Love your guts. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song, as well as House Hats, Joshua Delaretta's Fascinated Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa 6, Shut Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show, so smash them on your music streamer of choice. Support Australian bands. That's what NBA Straya does. Righto, we'll close out with a brand new episode of Johnny Furphy's Beer Recos. That's right, his tin recos. I love this. Furphy's tin recos to finish off. It's going to be pretty good. All right, we'll catch you for a quick one tomorrow, you dickheads. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And later, hoes on!